You still filming?
Maybe.
All right. Hey, this is John from NeoMetal, and today I'm gonna walk you through how our item numbers, or our SKUs, are structured. I've used my fine arts degree to give you guys some amazing visual aids here. A lot of you are probably familiar with this type of a SKU. X always means threadless. So XLS, threadless labret shaft. S in a SKU always indicates shaft only. It's a longer SKU for a shorter part of jewelry. 1805, 18 is the gauge of the post. 05, when you see a number at the end of our posts or something that has varying lengths, 5 is the amount of 1/16 of an inch that are in it. And here with this SKU, XPR 18-2.5, threadless prong setting, 18 gauge, 2.5 millimeter gem. Now you're thinking, well, 18 is the gauge. It's not thick like that, these are different. The 18 or a 14 or a 12 inside of a gem SKU indicates the size of the counter bore where the pin meets the back of the gem. Now an XPR 18 can fit on an 18 gauge post, a 16 gauge post, and a 14 gauge post. It can even fit in a 12 gauge post, but the counter bore is only gonna fit around an 18 gauge. But beyond that counter bore, it's flat up to multiple gauges. XMBS 1805, you see the S, that means it is shaft only. This will not come with another ball. If you want the shaft and the ball, that would actually be XMB 1805, 18 gauge, 5/16 of an inch. Threadless cabochon with an 18 gauge counter bore with a 3 millimeter gem. And some of the newer jewelry we've put out, like our nipple bars, we have URS. So U means universal, which means the hole in this piece of jewelry will universally hold all of our threadless ends. RS stands for rod shaft. 1408. Now 14 gauge is the diameter of this post that is open on both ends. The 08, 8 times 1/16 of an inch. This is a 1/2 inch long piece of jewelry. XSG 14, threadless, side gem. So the 14 indicates the size of the counter bore. This will fit flush onto this 14 gauge nipple bar shaft. -4 is the size of the gem and the type of gem, CZ. So in our catalog here, we have threadless discs. Now we call those XR. R indicates round. We also have textured ends. Now the XRTs are always going to indicate a textured disc. And after that is the anodized code, if you want to anodize these to try to match flesh tones. And when I'm looking at my labret post here, I see that we have an XLS and we have a ULS in both the 16 and the 14 gauge sizes. Traditionally, the XLS 16 and the XLS 14s, those indicated a larger hole for an older system of threadless jewelry that we no longer use. So to reinforce that these universally fit all of our gems, we use the word universal, and that's why those begin with U and not X. They're still threadless. And then you'll also see that some of our codes end in 0.5. To get some of the in-between lengths in between the 1/16 of an inch, we've introduced a 1/32 inch. Those 0.5s are just an additional 1/32 inch length. Additionally, we've added a new item this year. It's our niobium seam rings. And on that, you can see that the code is SRN and then 1804 or 1406. SRN stands for seam ring niobium, and then the gauge, and then the number of 16ths of an inch the inner diameter of that ring is. What else should I do? Just wrap it up?
Yeah.
How do I close it up? Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was informative. There are a lot of SKUs in our catalog. If you're hung up, just send us an email to info@neometal.com or ask it in the comments.